And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, January 15th, 2021, episode number 603. I'm Will. We have Mark, Pat, and Wes here as well. That's the full crew, the entire Hard Factor news team. Check out the full Florida Man Friday episode at patreon.com/hardfactor. That is for the full plate, the entire plethora of Florida Man stories this week. We've got a few on this show here today, but other news stories as well. Anything else, boys, before we get going on this Friday full of news?
No, I'm just full of jam. I'm ready to go.
Well, good,
check out the new the Beaver Dam shirt in the store.
Oh, that's right.
Homage to the Beef.
That's a good looking. Right. That's a good looking design.
That was Bubba's idea. I designed it, but Bubba's brain came up with the idea.
Ooh, nice idea, Bubba. The bar and grill.
Shutting the Beaver Dam down. We're moving the Beaver Dam, so you got to get the shirt.
Well,
now.
Okay, but can we add just New York, West? Can we add New York as one of the locations?
New Jersey
on the grill.
Yeah,
New Jersey.
We can add. Yeah, we have Beijing and Austin right now.
Right, but we need to expand. We got to expand the logo a little bit. We could put Moscow on there too.
We'll just switch it up as Pat moves around, and then it'll be like collector's items, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you got the Austin shirt. Yeah,
that's true.
That is good.
Yeah,
that is good.
I'm not a
All right, guys. What's that?
Just not a communist. Just putting that out there.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys.
But it does have some cool principles. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
It's here. It works in theory. It's here.
That's the beef.
It's here, guys. It being Joe Biden's infinity dollar stimulus package. Ooh. And guess what? We're getting those motherfucking checks. We're getting those checks.
All right. Limitless government spending is
that's
here.
That's right. That's right. It makes me feel better about losing hundreds on Predicted, betting the Republicans would take the Senate a week ago. How about you, Pat? You feeling better now that we're getting the checks?
I don't get the checks. It's a loophole. Yeah, I haven't got it.
Well, I didn't get the 600 one, so I don't think I'm going to get this one.
Check. You go to irs.gov and see Get My Payment. I'm getting it in the mail this time.
I tried that link, and when I entered my information, it just gave me an error. It was like, nope.
Yeah, a lot of people check it too, so like you got to try it again. Try it again. Mine's coming in the mail. Last one was direct deposit. Anyways, you went a little nuts on the shares is what I'm getting at, Pat.
Oh, big time. Super nuts. And then I lost.
A little nuts.
I lost even more. On number of House members.
Predicted.com/org. Sorry. Anyways, okay. So it's a $1.9 trillion bill. It's being dubbed as the American Rescue Plan. Biden talked about it live in his speech last night, and here are some of the things.
So we've had CARES, Heroes, and American Rescue.
We're being rescued now.
Okay. So they've cared about us. They were our heroes, and now they're our American rescuers, Congress, and
it sounds like
the federal government.
It sounds like a comic book series.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like
they think we're kids.
They think they're the Avengers, and
and we're idiots.
Yeah.
American Rescue Plan.
It's like the movie The Guardian or The Bodyguard with
Costner.
Yeah, Costner and Whitney Houston. That's how they. We're all Whitney Houston. And they're all Kevin Costner.
They're slicing the thing with the samurai
scarf.
blade.
Yeah. That's how they look at it. Anyways, what's in this thing? It's direct payments of $1,400 to most Americans, bringing that total to $2,000 because remember we got the $600, it's in the mail. Increasing the federal per week unemployment benefit to $400, so you get the normal unemployment plus a bonus of $400,
which is $100 more than now, right?
I think it's
300 now.
Yeah, I think it's 100 or 200 more than now. But yes, it's a little bit more than now. It's not quite as high as the 600 when it was at its highest. And that's all the way through September 2021. So whoa, increasing the
so they expect us to be locked down a while.
Doesn't sound good. They're increasing the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. I don't know how. I guess they could just straight up do that. So yeah, federal minimum wage is $15 an hour. That's cool. I think that's that's good. Extending the eviction and foreclosure things until the end of September. So there you go. You can't get evicted until September, and then or end of September until October. $350 billion in state and local government aid. I'm not going to go through all this. Just a lot of stuff. A lot of big stuff. A lot of big regulation changes too. It sounds like with the 15 and whatnot. So right, yeah, it seems like it. And I listened to some of the speech. I caught the end of it. I was writing the story, and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm missing the speech on the story I'm writing. But yeah, it seems like he's pretty invested in seeing it through. But where's the money coming from, right? It's also the first of two bills. The America I've Rescued bill is the first, and then allegedly in February, and maybe I missed it in the speech, but apparently there's going to be a fast follow where he might be targeting like a long-term financial aid, like maybe giving college loan forgiveness and stuff like that. But it's not. Going to be like
that's the one that he promised, but it's definitely not going to happen.
Well, it's not. It seems like based on what I heard in the speech and what I'm reading is that this isn't like a one-time bill and then that's it. That he's going to continue to try to push.
But I had heard that he had
through.
said, because I know he campaigned on college debt forgiveness, but that was very quickly eschewed away by his team. Like they tamped down the expectations immediately.
It's coming back. $10,000 is not complete college loan forgiveness. And also I think when I've been researching the college loan forgiveness, it's like, if you went through a credit union, you're not going to get your money back. You had to have gone through the college type thing. So there's definitely some things with the college loan that you'll have to find out when it comes around, if it comes around. But long story short is it seems like some financial aid is coming. Then what else? What else is happening? The administration also announced they are going to redo the Rose Garden again immediately to undo
They're going to do good use of time.
Right. Well, yeah, they're going to undo whatever Melania did to it.
Okay.
And they're going to plant a bunch of these, Bubba.
For
money trees. Money trees, baby. As a joke,
nice.
You knew it's a picture of money trees. You don't even need to go to youtube.com and find out.
Thank God
you knew I was doing a money tree there.
They're not really.
No, they're not
good.
redoing them. They're not redoing
Good.
them. But
I was about to quit America. Just straight up, just quit it.
one thing's for sure, though.
Well, I've got some spending things we'll talk about later that may make you a little
fiscally responsible people are having panic attacks because the U.S. Treasury is open for business, it sounds like.
Yeah. I got a text today from a random number that just said, "Do you need that PPP money?" Like that's all it said. It was like he's trying to deal me PPP money.
That's a really good point. Beware of scams because as the government hands out, the scams come in strong.
Tax scams are strong because they've been dropping recently a lot. Because everyone's got Netflix. You need to reset your Netflix password. That's a strong one right now.
Oh yeah, the password reset phishing,
dude.
No, you don't.
On top of that, not a scam, but annoying. So I booked a U-Haul to drive up to New Jersey. U-Haul has texted me 26 times being like, if you want to tow a trailer from Houston to Green Bay, Wisconsin, we'll throw you $400. You in? They keep doing it. They're desperate right now.
Damn.
Watch out for scams, guys. But that's
what else is going to be happening too, just nonstop is everybody, all those fiscally responsible or conservative people you're talking about, Mark. There's going to be a lot of those money printer go burr memes posted at them.
Oh,
just
it's
all
already
the time.
happening. It's already happening. I'm not fiscally responsible in my life or in my ideology, and I'm already making several jokes about it. So yeah, I imagine they're coming.
All right, that's that.
Okay, guys. I bet you didn't know this, but the vicious El Salvadorian street gang MS-13 has a board of directors.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got your elite gang members.
Yeah, hell
that's
yeah,
just
guys.
the guy. That's just the guy with the sharpest machete.
Salvatrucha.
Yeah.
I once pissed a Mexican. The most I've ever offended a Mexican was when I was.
MS-13 is not Mexican.
I know that. That's why
it starts.
That's why I offended him. Is because I was in high school and I was working. I was delivering drywall for my construction company, and I asked him if he was in MS-13, and he got very offended.
That's
and
a bold choice.
Yeah.
Well, why would you ask?
Hey, are you a gang member?
Yeah.
He and I had a funny rapport. His name was Valentin.
Hey, I'm Wes, the boss's son. Are you an MS-13?
I can't believe he got offended.
Yeah.
The board of directors, they meet quarterly to encourage each other that it still makes sense to behave like they're from a war-torn third world country, even though by this point they're second-generation Americans. And after they're done doing that, they go through issues like diversity in the workplace and which of their enemies' hands they should cut off and in what order.
Right.
Weapon of choice being a machete. Guys, bad news for these corporate fat cats because federal prosecutors in Brooklyn have hit the board of 14 with terrorism charges.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, they are running a giant multinational gang.
They're literally the definition of terrorism. If they're not terrorists, I don't know who is.
Yeah, I hope they like Cuban food and waterboarding. Guys, yesterday an indictment was unsealed in central Islip, New York, charging 14 of the world's highest-ranking MS-13 leaders, who are known today as the Renflat National.
There we go. I knew they had a cool nickname, Renflat National. That's way cooler than Board of Directors.
It translates to National Cool Car. Roughly. Anyway, guys, the National Cool Car Boys, which have operated the organization's board of directors and directed MS-13's violence and criminal activity around the world, they've been doing it for almost 2 decades, and now they're coming down. 11 of the 14 Cool Car guys are already behind bars, mostly in El Salvador, but sources inside the Justice
They run
Department
it from the clink.
Well, dude, sources inside the Justice Department say they want to extradite them from El Salvador back to the U.S. so they can be in air-conditioned jail, or Guantanamo Bay, if that's still a thing, as I alluded to earlier.
Aren't that how most big gangs are run? They're run by like leaders from prison.
Oh yeah, they have massive
If the movies
power.
have taught me anything, it's like the top guys have been arrested and they're running it from jail.
Oh yeah, MS-13 literally declared war on the El Salvadorian police. And most of their dudes are in jail.
Yeah, you do not want to fuck with MS-13. They were cutting people's hands off in our neighborhood, which is a pretty nice neighborhood growing up. Like they're just hands.
Yeah, I remember when they
around.
came to our town, it was like a rash of violence.
You don't fuck with
immediately.
MS-13.
Yeah.
They're the most violent gang out there.
Right, guys. Well, here are some of the top guys: Hugo Armando Quinteros Mineros, Cesar Humberto Lopez Larios, and Freddy Ivan Andres Parada.
Well, they're real progressive with the last names,
I know,
splitting it. They don't,
hyphenated. Yeah. A little bit for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, they're the subject of a federal manhunt by the FBI, and among the jailed suspects, the ones that are in jail, are Bormero Enrique Hernandez, or Enrique, who gives a shit? The Devil of Hollywood is his name. Diablito de Hollywood.
their nicknames are way better
That's a
than their
cool name.
Yeah, their formal names suck, but their nicknames are pretty good.
The Devil of Hollywood, the Diablo. Yeah.
The Cool Car Boys.
That is
Devil
cool.
of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Guys, now these dudes.
The hand cutting, not cool though.
The terrorism, not so cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. The board of directors do things, guys, like, quote, open the valves, which means it's okay to commit murder, or close the valves, which means no murder today. And these vicious bastards aren't shy about valve opening neither. For example, in 2004, they opened up the valves big time, giving the green light to eliminate all members of the gang's Coronados clique because it was feuding with the other branches of the gang, probably mostly with machetes. Which
They just killed their own gang, like the whole thing.
crushed them. Yeah.
Just a faction. Yeah.
Open the valve. Done. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I imagine it's like Roman times with the emperor, where he does like the thumbs up or thumbs down. It's usually thumbs down. It's usually valves open.
My thing is though, like when we were in high school, like almost 25 years ago, right? And so like these guys have been in the States for 25 years. Like, come on, let's up the game to like a normal mafia shit. You know, let's quit it with the hands cutting off.
Yeah, they have a niche.
Yeah, can't they just like do money laundering and not extreme violence?
Well, you know what's gotten you to be one of the bigger multinational gangs. I mean, they're not going to go
Fear.
like, turn on
intimidation.
their
Yeah,
traditions, right? Yeah,
Tough stuff. But when your kids are born in the States and your kids' kids are born in the States, at what point are you gonna be like, all right, let me do a little crime American style? But no, anyway, that's MS-13. Hopefully that breaks up the gang a little
You
bit.
just
the
would
FBI
prefer them to be white collar criminals,
Absolutely.
get with the program, guys.
but then they still have to
Absolutely.
employ blue collar criminals like they used to.
Well, look, they should get with the times, like their hyphenated names, and start doing some white collar crime.
be okay.
It's true.
Well, just maybe they could just cool it with the crime altogether. That's
Can't they
another
just
option.
cut down the arms of the stock market, so to speak, metaphorically?
yeah, cut the hands right off.
Yeah,
Big
like just
government.
do some insider trading. I don't know. Like,
Rooting for economic collapse.
I'm rooting for people's hands to remain on their body.
Take a little bit off the top in the
Yeah.
form of hands.
That's true. Leave the hands on. All right, let's move it over from big government and big gang to big tech. It's the Big Tech Corner, brought to us from intern Cam. First up, and it's all about Facebook. First up, Flow Healthcare is a developer for a popular period and fertility app, a period tracker, fertility app for women. It got caught sharing too much data with Facebook, including when women were ovulating, the exact dates each user when their ovulation was. Advertisers would then swoop in on the users with the appropriate ads for, baby pics or birth control, one of the two.
Oh, wow.
Genius.
Yeah. So then you're getting sales. But they got
Ice
caught.
cream.
Yeah. Ice cream. Yep. I don't know. But they got caught by the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. And even though the Wall Street Journal did like an expose, then the FTC did a hearing. Even though Flow doesn't have to pay anything to their 100+ million users that they preyed on their ovaries with, they do have to now disclose and get user consent before they're able to share their ovary data with Facebook anymore.
But
But-
that's good.
Yeah, especially not with Mark Zuckerberg. Bubba hit him with the meme. Yeah, it's just Zuckerberg looking really creepy.
Yeah.
Look how
thinking
creepy
about
he
thinking
is.
about ovulation times.
Jesus.
I just had to check my phone, make sure I didn't, because I did have a rhythm method app that clearly didn't work. But I was thinking, if I had Flow and you had Flow, Will, maybe we could do a class action lawsuit because we could say like, hey,
Why do you have a period
Yeah,
tracking?
he had a pullout app.
you don't have a pullout app?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, it didn't work, obviously.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to take advice from you on this.
Yeah, you had the worst plan ever. You were using a.
Yeah, whatever app you used, not great.
I hope it wasn't Flow, because that means they share your data and it sucks. Doesn't.
By the best.
Hang
This
on,
is
let
the
me check-
opposite of
let
an
me-
ad.
Let me check the app.
It's a discount.
Oh, this app says she's never ovulated.
I'm with you though, Pat.
All right,
if I
cool.
had I used it,
Second
Um,
most popular one in the store. So
Okay, well, second out of 3.
I'm saying, guys,
2 out of 2.
no pullout app is a match for the Jersey Shore. You know what I mean?
to reverse engineering fertility apps.
All bets
there's
are
a-
off.
1,001 stars from the same 5 guys.
You should sue the app.
You're paying for
1,000
college,
one
motherfuckers.
That's fantastic. Well, Pat, unfortunately for you, they're just going to ask if they can collect your data. They're not going to give you any money. That's what the FTC said. So
That's fucked up, though, bro, to prey on women when their hormone cycle's peaking.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
well, I mean, that's modern
Genius, though.
advertising.
It's
yeah.
absolute genius.
Zuckerberg knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a robot.
You think
but
there's
he-
not trickle down there? We're all feeling that trickle down bullshit, just so you know. It's not just the women that are getting taken advantage of. It's the whole
Of
whole
course.
relationship
They-
system.
They're getting us at our weakest. The porn ads are probably right at the right moment.
No, I
like,
mean there's
You gotta
runoff
pick your
emotion.
battles, Pat. I'm just trying to keep these pretty hands on. I'm not gonna take on big advertising.
And like whatever else. You ever notice, like, I feel like the Google Home thing, like, it just knows what you're talking about. You'll talk about something, or your phone. Everything is just tracking you all the time now.
For sure.
Yeah,
Like,
advertising's jump the shark on how good it is.
it's not
over.
surprising. That's FTC doesn't even care to the point where they're not making them pay anything.
The next step of advertising is they're gonna like have drones pick your sleep body up and just take you to your computer where they like point your finger at the store and
yeah,
you hit
force
enter.
you to click
Yeah.
and buy it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's
Yeah,
that movie where they're walking like it's everything, all the advertisers are connected to your phone, so like on the side of the bus stop as you're walking toward it plays an ad that's meant for you.
Oh, that already happens. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
a movie
yeah.
that happens.
Does
Right
it?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
based on your proximity to different things.
they can
show
like
up.
look at your Facebook page and find out like who your like
It's very
wife is.
advanced
They can like
already.
make the sales lady look like your wife or like your
I've
best
never
friend.
seen it.
Social
I've never
dilemma,
seen
bro.
that,
Watch
yeah.
social
Yeah, no.
dilemma.
Yeah, that's
Not
what I'm
even
saying.
mine.
Oh, the social dilemma is so shocking.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
We got to keep up. We got to move on from that because there's a better one from Facebook. You would not believe this, but the artificial intelligence named Lee Luda, we've got a picture of Lee Luda, Bub, anytime you want to pop her up, has been removed from Facebook Messenger this week after numerous complaints after interacting with about 750,000 users, 750,000 users over 3 weeks. The AI, it was made by Scatter Labs in South Korea. They had to issue an apology for its description of lesbians as creepy in conversations that it was in, and making insensitive remarks about people with disabilities, minorities, and the Me Too movement.
Oh no, it was just a anime bigot.
Lee Luda is just a mirror of society, probably, but yeah, she learned all those things speaking with people in Korea. And yeah,
It's not a mirror of society, Will. There's inherent bias from programmers. Like that's a big issue they're trying to overcome right now.
I don't know about that, because the programmers say that it was never intended that they're gonna program it out.
What they're gonna say, Will? That's what they're gonna say.
I don't know. I don't think it's a problem with the AI. I think it's probably the 750,000 people she talked to. The AI is programmed to behave like a 20-year-old female undergraduate student, and she's also been exploited by online users to learn how to make her have sex conversations. There was a trending "make Luda a sex slave" thing in Korea. So there was right. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Also, not the first time that an AI has had problems. In 2016, Microsoft's Tay, they made an AI called Tay. It was an AI Twitter account, lasted just 16 hours before users started reporting racist and genocidal tweets.
Have they ever gone on a message board? Like, have they ever read the comments on any website?
Right. They learned from the users again. Its replacement, Zoe.
This doesn't work. Yeah.
This is Microsoft again. Lasted a bit longer, but they eventually had to turn Zoe off because Zoe started making sarcastic comments about Microsoft's operating system not being up to snuff. Which Microsoft, of course, didn't. So she got too sassy for them. Amazon also had an HR bot that did its HR hiring, but it was sexist. So they had to turn that off, too.
Humans want to do two things. We're instinctually programmed to fuck and to mess with robots. And messing with robots is not going to end well. Like, it's just like there's something about the human condition. Like, you just want to fuck with that AI. You want to.
Yeah, like the second you get behind the keyboard and your video's not on, like people like get into this avatar, like persona of like evil, like, and
right.
they just like let it fly.
That's what I was gonna. And Pat, that's a great point. My question was, is it the AI or is it us? I think it's like us. It's like people are just putting their darkest shit into those things, and then it comes back
as soon as they can.
If you had to do like a video to it, it would have been a different story. But if you can like anonymously enter stuff, then like text.
We can manipulate it without anyone knowing it. It's going to become a nympho in an hour.
Right, because people are going to say the nastiest, most depraved shit to it.
How fucked up can I make this thing? How can I make this thing eat some of my pain?
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, a new AI.
Yeah, Zoe's eating shit within an hour.
Yeah. Take my darkness. Take my darkness.
Midget scat porn. Or like,
It's
like, sorry,
we got to kill Zoe.
People.
Well, AIs, they're around. They're learning. We're learning. But something an AI will never do as good as us?
What?
Paint a meaningful, heartfelt painting that will stun a loved one next time you need a knockout gift. And that's right. It's time to talk about Paint Your Life. Valentine's Day is coming up. What could be better than a hand-painted portrait or image to sweep her off her feet? Maybe you just need to do something nice for somebody for any occasion. A hand-painted gift is unbeatable. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. User-friendly platform lets you order a custom-made hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. Quick and easy process. Get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks from when you place the order. Send any picture of yourself, whatever, family, special place, pet, children, combine them, whatever you need. One painting, the artist is going to do whatever you need. My wife almost passed out the first time I showed her one of these, and now I'm about to have a baby. So you do the math on how that worked out for me. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, there's a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting, which is a huge discount, and free shipping, which is an even bigger discount on a painting. Yeah, a canvas is hard to ship. Like, I'm telling you guys.
Damn near fucking impossible, Will.
That's what I'm telling you. This is such a deal. You got to go. You don't got to go anywhere. You just pull out your phone, and you text the word factor to 64,000. That's factor to 64,000. Text factor, again, to 64,000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, that's factor at 64,000. Text it.
Nice.
All right, guys. You ready for another witch hunt against the president? You ready?
Oh, this time Biden? There's a witch hunt on Biden?
I didn't know that the witch hunt ended.
Well, yeah.
Right. Trump says the witch hunt's back.
Yeah, we're going to have two witch hunts at the same time.
Okay.
Well, if Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia has anything to say about it, we're in for a long haul. There she is. Her Twitter bio states Marjorie is a...
Twitter?
Twitter. Twitter bio states that Marjorie is a Christian. Oh, I see where this is headed. She goes on to say, wife, mom, small business owner, proud American, 100% pro-life, pro-gun, pro-Trump, #MAGA.
Say competitive swimmer in there, but I've never seen a woman that looks more like a competitive. She's got that swimmer face.
She does have a swimmer vibe to her.
Absolutely.
But I mean, that's just like that's like a Brian Kemp 101 right there, what she has in her bio. That's just. Yeah. I mean, you might as well drive a F-150 into that bio. If she could have a truck emoji in there, that'd be
pretty clear. She's pretty clear. She's pretty clear.
Yes, she's very clear. And so she says that she made some news this week for tweeting that on January 21st, 2021, I'll be filing articles of impeachment against Joe Biden for abuse of power. She then goes, #impeach Biden, getting a little warmer, #quid pro Joe, a little bit warmer, and then #Biden crime family. There she is.
Quid pro Joe's hilarious.
Yeah. So guess which abuse of power she's referring to?
Well,
winning the presidency.
You guessed it. It's the dark hallway incident where he allegedly sexually assaulted that poor woman against her will. No, wait, read that wrong. No, I read that wrong. It's for the Ukraine thing. She recently tweeted out the video that Biden was talking about how he urged Ukrainians to fire Viktor Shokin, the country's prosecutor in 2015, while he was vice president.
For looking into Hunter's company.
For looking into all the shady shit Hunter was doing. Here's an interview of her speaking. Bubba, if you got the first video for me.
A lot that do agree with you and follow what you had to say. What has been the reaction from your Republican colleagues on this move?
Well, I've already spoken with quite a few of them before I released this information and my plan to introduce articles of impeachment on January 21st. Look, the Republican Party needs to change things up. The silent majority in this nation is fed up with being the target and not having representatives, not having people in Congress stand up for them. The Democrats, their plan.
She goes on to say the Democrats' plan is censorship and to just all the the talking points.
What does that have to do with the Ukraine thing? So
what was so special about that clip?
Bubba, play the second clip for me, please.
Borders and Medicare for all. But the real truth is they want to impeach President Trump for absolutely nothing. There was no trial, no evidence, nothing shown that he truly planned or incited the violence that happened at the Capitol that we all condemn. However, it's time to show the truth about Joe Biden, how he abused the power of office as when he was vice president. There's a real investigation going on into Hunter Biden's laptop, and the truth needs to come out there because we cannot have a man in the office of the president in the White House who is willing to dangle Americans' hard-earned tax dollars out with foreign aid just to help his son, Hunter Biden, become.
You got it.
I was hungover from that day when he made her. This is one of those QAnon folks.
Well, she does realize that she's literally just flipping the witch hunt on its head. So if it was a witch hunt, then she's doing the witch hunt.
Yeah.
She's also the woman that said in 2018, it's odd there's never any evidence shown for a plane to hit the Pentagon. So she's one of those.
What was so special about those clips? Like
because what happened in the Ukraine phone call?
Can we cut some of those down? That was like 3 minutes.
But what happened in the Ukraine phone call was that Trump was trying to like he had funding attached to intel on the Bidens and what was going on, right? And so the opposite of that is that Biden was like shaking down. I mean, poor Ukraine's just getting fucking no respect in this whole thing. And then I guess they're just going to redo it, except flip it on its head.
Yeah, Mark, the reason I played is so you can get a better sense of the woman and what you're dealing with.
We already had you read her bio. We had to listen to 3 minutes. Like once you read her MAGA bio, like it was good. Like that, nothing. She didn't say anything like crazy over the top in those two.
Well, she did say that she doesn't think that President Trump caused the
no
Capitol
incitement.
Thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, she did say that. You missed that. You're just complaining too much.
I watched the entire impeachment. A lot of people said that.
Okay, well, I played it because you have to know exactly who you're dealing with, and that's an important thing.
Fine.
Thank you.
Democracy at work. She's gonna have they elected her. She's gonna have a
real
shitty time up there.
More candidates need to be like her, looking for witch hunt impeachments, which is what she probably ran against. She was like, she probably was, yeah.
They're
so.
eating
Yeah.
children.
Go
sex-slaving.
for it, because it's just more content for us. Go for
That's
it.
true. I mean, if you wanted to, I think it
Go
would
ahead.
Be, maybe
You're playing,
don't do
you're
it.
playing
Exactly.
right into our hands, Marjorie.
Maybe don't do it for the nation, but sure, hard factor.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
whatever.
Anyway, the Dems are already talking about expulsion as a way to stop her. So they just want to kick her out of Congress altogether.
What? How are they going to kick her out just because she's being crazy?
I have.
There's been
no
crazy
idea.
Congress people forever. There's a billion
yeah.
crazy
Keep
ones
crazy
right
bitch.
now.
You keep the crazy bitch on the hill.
She's
Have a
fun.
laugh.
Keep her around. Yeah.
She's fiery.
She's
gonna
fun.
make
She's
it
fun.
interesting.
She's a pistol. Censored.
Censored.
Wear a
Massive,
mask.
yeah.
She was
Keep her
censored.
around.
She was wearing that shit while talking on C-SPAN.
Wasn't she the woman that wouldn't wear the mask and then she brought that out? Yeah.
She was the one that wouldn't wear the mask while they were all together sheltering in place.
But she
from
had
the-
a mask she was going to sell.
Stop
yeah,
the steal. Her and
Yes.
Bober, they have quite a few masks that they love to put messages on, and they also are just pistols. They're both going to be exciting to watch. I mean,
On hard factor a lot.
yeah, probably so. I mean, I doubt they'll come on themselves, but probably make a lot of clips. Yeah,
Well, that would be great if they came on.
we could try.
She's
They are freshmen, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she a freshman
Or is
yeah?
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
I think she's
she's
got-
the she's the QAnon person that got elected.
I think they're both
She's one-
freshmen.
Well, they both are, Pat. I think.
Is she the QAnon person?
I
She's a
believe they
QAnon
both
lady.
were accused of holding of
Bubba's
being-
Googling it. He's
being
going to save
part
us
of
from
it.
this.
being
Bubba's gonna save us
adjacent.
from
I don't
this in
know.
a second.
They were probably accused of it. I don't know if they are or aren't.
She said,
All right.
"Here's a
She's
quote.
MAGA. That's for sure.
Anything else about Marjorie that's mind-blowing?
Yeah, I've got
Wes?
another clip. I've got one more clip, Bubba, if you want to play that.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you.
He's going to shut down the global cabal.
Good God.
Satan worshipping pedophiles.
I'm just gonna bring more clips now.
Yeah, for sure. There was that way to select the high-hitting clips.
The first one wasn't good, I'll give you that, but the second one was
Yeah.
important.
Well, I tuned out after the first one. Okay, you guys, are you ready for a Florida Man Friday lightning round? By the way, I'm doing 3 stories here, completely separate from the 8 stories we did.
Why'd
on
you have to
Florida
do
Man Friday.
3? I mean, 3.
Three
Three.
quick ones.
I'm just fucking-
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? They're different than the 8 stories we did on Florida Man Friday, which is over on Patreon, which you can check out at patreon.com/hardfactor. And let me tell you, that might have been the best Florida Man Friday episode we've ever done. I personally haven't laughed more in a single episode. It was so good, I'm going to release a sample of it. We're going to release a sample of it, but I'm going to release a sample of it on Apple and Spotify later today. So you'll hear some of what I'm talking about on that. But that's, again, patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to get all the Florida Man Friday and all sorts of bonus content, additional pods, join the Discord, etc. But let's get to it. A teacher was fucking around in Grady Judd's Polk County, guys. Not a good idea. This is actually a Fools That Work in Schools Florida woman. 40-year-old Kathleen middle school teacher Robin Ramos was arrested. There she is at 1 a.m. in the parking lot of a racetrack store this week. Not where you want to be at 1 a.m. Police found Ramos.
Depends on what you're doing, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's.
You might want to be there.
Police found Ramos asleep in the driver's seat of a silver Nissan Altima. When they woke her up, she said she was waiting for someone to come drive her home since she doesn't have a driver's license. So red flag right off the bat. How did she get in a car in a parking lot with no license? Did someone drive her there, leave her there, and they suggest she crawl over to the driver's seat?
I hope she acts surprised. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing here? I shouldn't be here.
Stupid thing to say to cops that you don't have a license. When
Can
you're
you
in a car.
help me figure it out?
Yeah,
Weird, man.
exactly.
Good thing you're here.
Guess what, guys? She was high on meth. They couldn't find any car keys, but they found a syringe containing a clear liquid and a metal spoon encrusted with a white crystal-like substance, which turned the quick test a color of blue so deep the cops almost tried to swim in it. It was the teacher in the car with the meth on a school night. Oops. Ramos admitted to the deputy that she occasionally does meth. No shit, I occasionally drink and masturbate. Next up, there's a guy that is terrorizing the people of the quiet town Palmetto Bay, Florida. Residents are furious with a man who has been driving a military-grade tank around, and they want it to stop. Bubba, can you please play the clip?
All new at 5:30, shock inside one South Florida community after a guy is spotted riding his military-style tank in a residential neighborhood. Neighbors inside the village of Palmetto Bay sent us that video.
Many say they're confused by the sight and wonder if it's even allowed to be driven down their street. CBS 4's Joan Murray has the details.
So the tanks are on this gated property off Old Cutler Road. Apparently in Florida, you are allowed to have military tanks, but for some, it's a little too close for comfort.
Yeah.
So there you go. Case closed. It's allowed.
Good Lord.
It is totally allowed. It's allowed in most states. Get off.
That's
your
how you
high
select
horse,
a clip.
everybody.
That's how you select a fucking clip, Wes.
Yeah, that was long. Yeah, it was
was a
great.
kind of a long clip.
It was great with the news.
That's
the news
how you
people,
select
It was
a
great with the
fucking
news
clip,
people
Wes.
talking. You
That's
couldn't even
a
hear the
clip.
tank. Yeah, that was good for the pod, Mark. Great.
Jesus Christ.
Great audio for the pod.
Yeah, it had a punchline at the end.
There it is. There it goes.
Yes, tanks are allowed.
We're gonna have to have a
Tanks are
clip
allowed
on.
Yeah,
in
that was
Florida.
the 10 seconds was good. You're right. 10
we
seconds
could-
of it was good.
I have to interrupt real quick. I edited the audio for the Florida Man Friday episode on Patreon, and I do have to say, Mark, that was a great clip. But also,
Thank
you
you.
brought a clip of a lizard sneezing to the other
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
It was
true.
literally
What's wrong with that?
indistinguishable. You couldn't understand.
Lizard sneezing. It was adorable.
Here's
So
a lizard
that sound-
tiptoeing. Here's a lizard tiptoeing.
Oh yeah, no. Let's have 7 more minutes of Marjorie saying, just whatever she thinks. So there you go, guys.
Tanks are allowed in Florida. Is that what you wanted to
Tanks
tell
are allowed
us?
everywhere.
Okay,
There you
cool,
go.
cool.
As
There you
long
go.
as
Good.
as long
Thank
as the
you.
guns on the top are not operational,
Okay,
this guy can
so
do whatever the fuck he wants.
You gotta listen. My dad is really into this show about recreational tanks, and he had me
Okay.
like last time I was home in Virginia. He had me
Okay.
watch the whole thing. It was incredible. They're allowed in a lot of places. It's
Interesting.
cool.
Well, as long as the guns aren't operational. So residents are still furious with him, obviously, in this quiet town, and they're trying to ding him wherever they can. And they have noticed that he's just been destroying curbs with this thing. I think we have a picture of a destroyed curb.
Yes.
See,
Well, it's a tank.
He's turning curbs into rubble. So
Yeah,
the
it's a
town,
tank, so.
the town is investigating what they can do about this. But it seems like outside of sending him a bill, it's nothing. They're just
Nah,
going to bill
pretty
him
much
for
not
curbs.
even that, right? Because they have
No,
to
they
keep
can.
the roads up.
I think they can
For your
potentially
tank?
bill.
Well,
They can potentially give him a ticket, but that's about it.
I've seen
he-
most tanks operating in fields, so I think you should take it to the field probably instead
He's
of
just
going to
be terrorizing these
Yeah.
people more now. Speaking of rubble, last Florida man here, and this one was sent in by Nolan Schultz. Get a load of this picture. It's a massive sinkhole from October in Newport Richey, Tampa. Shout out Tampa, shout out St. Pete. It has reopened and expanded this week. They tried to fill it on January 7th because they want to put like a restaurant or something, or it was a restaurant. They're trying to rebuild on it. And 4 days later, after January 7th, on January 11th, it doubled in size and is now 130 feet deep.
Wow.
So that's terrifying.
So Florida
Terrifying.
just like, do they have quicksand there too? You could even
I'm sure.
sinkholes, quicksand,
They must.
Sure.
Put a Chili's on it.
pythons.
Those Florida stories and that one incredible clip. And this podcast today was brought to you by BlueChew.com. Florida is a state that really loves their boners, Who doesn't? Right? Who doesn't? Guys, remember the days
I don't think Connecticut does.
You don't think so? That's a shame.
I
Guys,
don't know why.
Again.
Connecticut, get with it. Guys,
Again.
remember the days when you were always ready to go? You know what I'm talking about when I say go, right? I'm talking about
Uh-huh.
well, nothing
yeah.
wrong with a little bump and grind.
Yeah.
Well,
Ready to go.
now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed to the point where you will be intolerable to strangers. I'm talking confidence through the roof. Listen up, BlueChew.com, that's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, which is awesome. You can take them anytime, day or night, full stomach, empty stomach, it doesn't matter. Just warn your partner to clear their schedules. Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctors, and the entire process to sign up and all the way through order being shipped takes about 15 minutes or less. I did it. It is hilariously easy. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use special promo code HARDFACTOR, one word. Just pay $5 shipping. It's literally free for like the first supply you'll get.
Plus, like, you just want to type that. You want to go to BlueChew.com and type in promo code HARDFACTOR. That's the
that
perfect
site a-
promo code for that site.
Give that site a spin. Again, that's BLUE Chew, CHEW.com, promo code HARDFACTOR, one word to try it free.
She's gonna think she lost weight. All right, guys.
Make sure you
gotta
download the
lose
Rhythm app with that Blue Chew.
Yeah, don't
What did
get the
I-
half pack at.
What did I do different? All right, guys. Yet another story about some guy that threw away his hard drive with his Bitcoin wallet file on it. I want you guys to meet 35-year-old James Howells of Newport, South Wales. he did a little uh-oh and tossed his hard drive way back in 2013 when his Bitcoin holdings were about 4 million pounds. Now, he's been trying to get the city council of Newport to let him dig up the landfill to find the laptop for the last 7 years to no avail. But now that his 7,500 Bitcoins are worth something more like 200 million pounds,
wow,
he's switched up his game plan and offered the city council 25% of his Bitcoin if
Good
he were
idea.
able to find the laptop. Right, James, because it's the city council members' permission that's keeping you from finding it, not the 7 years of garbage rotting on top of a needle in a haystack. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
how's he gonna
little
find
late,
that?
bud.
I say
Little
let
late.
him go and video him digging through the trash, right?
Is there GPS on this thing? I mean, yeah. Well,
No,
yeah,
he's
of
just going to
course
go
let him
look. These stories are pretty common. You may have heard this one before. This is a big thing. Like early Bitcoin adopters, sometimes their moms, girlfriends, they threw it away inadvertently.
This guy's a fucking liar. He
passwords.
just wants to dig through the landfill.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, guys, what I want to do for you today is play a short clip. It's a futile effort, but since none of us are rich, why should James be? So with that being said, here's a clip of James talking about his lost fortune with such a sense of pain and remorse that it will certainly make whatever your problems are seem a little bit less terrible.
As soon as I put it in the bin at home, I had a second thought, in the back of my mind. You've never thrown a hard drive out before. Why start now? Specific file on that hard drive called a wallet file, which the Bitcoin is stored in. And without that file, there is no way of getting the money back. I just wish I could go back in time and not throw that drive away.
But you can't.
Yeah, no
James.
shit, buddy.
That's bullshit. So it was 4 million pounds at the time, and he threw away his hard drive. Bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know they got Bitcoin. You got to understand, people got Bitcoin as for filling out surveys and shit.
Dude, this guy's looking for drugs or something in the landfill.
We'll see.
I think he just really. I mean, that sucks.
Or he invented this in his head and he thinks it's real and it's not.
Feel better about your day that you're not James. That was the point of that.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, I hope it's not fake because he's really It seems like people. I mean,
you're taking it the wrong way. Well, it's supposed to lift you up because you're not James. So.
Yeah, it's like watching what's it called? Intervention.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
I like to do it with a cocktail.
Look at James.
Well, now I'm just thinking about is it fake or not? Though.
That's fake. It's fake.
All right. Let's move it along to the no respect corner. Hey, Bubba.
Don't put any more clips around Mark.
No, not today.
Hey, Bubba.
It was a great clip. It got to the point. It was a good. It was a much better clip than Wes's.
This isn't a clip, Bubba. Just show him the no respect. No respect. I get no respect corner. It's Dangerfield. If,
Boy, I tell you.
YouTube.com/hardfactornews if you want to see Rodney's Chevy Chase popping up on the screen. All right, so this is the no respect corner. Nobody in this corner is getting any respect. First up, it's the Secret Service. A Washington Post article released on Thursday detailed the lengths that the Secret Service at Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump's 6.5 bathroom house in D.C. would go to crank a brown because, you see, they were not allowed inside the bathroom at Jared and Ivanka's house, even though they had 6.5 of them. And also the neighborhood didn't want a street porta potty set out, which was what they did at first. But it's like $1 billion neighborhood with Jeff Bezos and Barack Obama and other people. So that porta potty got kicked out of the neighborhood. So after that, the Secret Service boys would either run over to the Obama or Pence Secret Service spots to take shits at those guys' places. Yeah. Or just buy a coffee and take a piss at a business somewhere around. And apparently,
so some of those houses were getting double the shit.
Yeah, Obama and Pence. Yeah. They got double the shit.
Yeah, it's that's just unfair, man, because you're just passing the problem off to someone else.
Right.
Yeah, who has Secret Service. Yeah.
You don't fuck with people that make your food, and you don't fuck with people that prevent you from dying, man. Like you want them to take a bullet for you, let them take a bullet.
It's contested. The Trumps say that they would have allowed them in there. The Secret Service says no, they wouldn't allow us in there. It was a Trump's call, so you believe who you want to believe. They weren't in the fucking house. Anyways, apparently the Obamas and the Bezos and the other mega rich people in the neighborhood didn't offer their toilets necessarily, besides Obama. Thanks, Obama. But they all just watched it and got more upset that Trump was president by the day until finally the Secret Service boys they found a nice neighbor who had a downstairs toilet in the basement, just not being shit in. So they finally rented one, and $100,000 in toilet rentals later, and the taxpayers are finally almost done with paying for those guys to take shits outside.
I don't know
Jared
if I believe this one either.
Ivanka's house.
Hey, buddy, what's wrong? Come on. You look a little backed up. Come on over here.
I believe it.
No, they would go. Their Secret Service detail at Obama's house. They would radio their other Secret Service guys, be like, "Hey, I got to take a fucking shit. Can we switch spots?"
I just don't believe that they told them, like, they made it so, like, not welcoming to shit.
If it leaked, Mark,
Gotta take a poop.
Yeah, we'll take a poop.
Gotta take a poop.
If it leaked, yeah, it's probably true.
I mean,
there's not one bathroom in the whole fucking house that they never use. Like
The whole
6.5 bathrooms. Like,
Yeah, why do they
there's one
care
that
about they
there's
care
one
about
they
every
never
single
use.
one? Come on.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood was upset about it, even though apparently they just watched the line of cars, Secret Service cars, that they took up too many parking spots, and these guys running around trying to take shits places, and everybody's just watching it, getting upset in their giant mansion. So in this situation, the taxpayers and the Secret Service, we get no respect. Bubba, can you pop it up? We get no respect in that situation. But they're done.
Man.
We've paid $100,000 for them to take shits now, so that's good. All right,
Great.
This next no respect corner comes from Nolan Schultz again. There was a racing pigeon from Montgomery, Alabama, who was lost at a pigeon race in Oregon on October 29th, and then he turned up 8,000 miles away in a backyard in Melbourne, Australia on December 26th. Turns out the little bugger, the racing pigeon, had a blue band on his leg, so the bloke who found him knew he was a special pigeon, eh? And then, it turned out this pigeon had hopped on a cargo ship in Oregon. He was a racing pigeon, you see, trained in a cage and whatnot. Sat on the ship and then came to Melbourne, but sadly, even though he's been found, he's safe and sound in a backyard in Melbourne, Australia. The agriculture department is notoriously vicious, mate, and they're likely to kill the racing pigeon. He's been named Joe after Joe Bident, the new president, but unfortunately, no respect whatsoever for Pigeon Joe Bident from the Australian Agriculture Department.
No, you're right there. Killing him is definitely a no respect move. There it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They named him Joe Biden, then they decided they're going to kill him?
The guy who found him named him Joe Biden. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what that
the
reminds
agriculture
me of?
department was like, "You're done."
A 2-minute clip from that Marjorie lady. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, or like a minute and a half clip where they're talking about the punchline is that something Mark could have said in one sentence.
30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. Tanks are
Tell you
legal
though.
in Florida. This one was brought. This one was brought to our attention by our intern Patricia, who I believe said, "If it ever comes to me eating worms, I'd rather you kill me." But apparently, it just might come to that. Sorry, Patricia. So recently, European Union's Food Safety Agency says worms are safe to eat, specifically yellow mealworms like these. Bubba, if you've got the picture, their official name is Tenebrio molitor larva, and whether you eat them,
mealworms, right?
Yeah,
Like, basically.
yeah. I don't know. And Bubba might have a picture for us. Anyway, they are a protein-rich food source, as most of Asia already knows. And I'm constantly watching travel shows. They're always eating insects on sticks, spiders, scorpions, whatever.
Have you eaten insects, Wes? It seems like if anyone has here, you would.
Yeah, you'd be the guy.
I have. I ate some grasshopper tacos in New York City one time.
Good?
No, the pastor was way better.
Yeah, I mean, why would you ever eat bugs on purpose? I just don't understand.
It was like a traditional, like authentic, like Mexican place, and I wanted to just be cool and try it out, and they looked at me like I was crazy. But yeah,
Yeah, it was the one sold that month.
it was.
Yeah,
It must have been.
authentic, Gringo taco. Yeah, it was very authentic and
They
traditional.
had to catch the grasshoppers like that night.
Yeah, there's a grasshopper taco for you.
Eat up, I'll tell you.
Mas tradicional.
Yeah. Anyway, so they found that mealworms have 20 grams of protein per 100 grams consumed, so it's like roughly the same as eating like a hamburger would be sufficient for one's daily
Okay,
intake.
but it's a fucking worm.
Yeah. But you're gonna find this stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure your shit has protein in it too.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I touched a mealworm, I was feeding it to a chicken. But you're going to start. People think that in the next 10 years, the younger people are really going to latch on to this insect eating, and they're going to put it they're going to grind these mealworms up, put it into. It's used as ingredients in different food, protein bars,
are really
dog food.
Want to eat
Yeah,
this?
and it's going to happen. It's already happening to a small scale. They're making yeast, or they're making beer out of insect yeast already, like from bees and wasps.
Yeah. No, we've done a few stories on this, and they keep popping up like frequently. They have like these big, like plants of like millions of pounds of cockroaches and millions of pounds of these bugs, and they grind them up and they feed them to like chickens and other animals. But now to save money, but now they're also starting to feed them to humans.
Right, which is surely a sign of the apocalypse.
No. I'm not gonna eat any of this.
Yeah,
You
you're
might
gonna
have to
eat it and not
eventually.
even know it. They're gonna disguise that shit on packages.
I'm not eating any of this stuff. Why?
Yeah.
Wait. What? How are they going to put it into your food?
It's
Do you
gonna
know?
be. It's
Do you
gonna
know
be like,
every ingredient that you're eating right now in
Yeah,
like
well,
a packaged food?
It's gonna be in like your bars, like your like Quest bars and shit like that. Like you're gonna go to a store and buy it, and then you're
I'm never buying a bar again.
Well, cereal.
Yeah,
What,
it's
cereal?
gonna be
How is it going to be in cereal?
Pancake mix.
Pancake mix, yeah.
They grind it up into powder and then they can form it into.
Why
like,
would you
little
put it
Cheerios.
in there? It's
They
already
turn-
got the right
'cause
powder. It doesn't
'cause
need
it's-
a bug powder.
because it's free. Because these bugs breed in these
Yeah.
plants, and it saves like billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
What does it
reusable.
replace that you already do? Could we not have enough pancake mix? Do we not have?
It's like you're not listening. It's because it saves billions and billions and billions of dollars for the people that are going to do this.
Yep.
Yeah, but what? No. You're going to have to put on the label when there's bugs in it.
Listen, one day I'm going to cook you pancakes and you're going to eat them and you're going to think they're delicious. And I'll be like, how'd you like
Fuck
those pancakes?
you! Don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. I don't want any part of this bug future. This bug powder future.
Yeah. Well,
No one does.
no one does. Anyway, the UN we already do it. So just quickly, we're running a little long. Let's get to some reviews. Right? We got some reviews.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Correction, it's Fact Check Friday.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
we're gonna go to that. We're gonna go to that for a little. Well, the first one actually comes from today's story. Pat, it's pronounced West Islip. It's actually a town about 10 minutes from where I grew up. You said Islip, but that's neither here nor there.
When I
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the first fact check of Fact Check
Right.
Friday.
Well, that was in the MS-13 story, which also came around my hometown like within the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. Did you notice the
Wild.
rash of violence like we did?
Yeah, we had people getting killed in like all of our parks where we were playing Little League baseball and
That's
stuff.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
It was
All of a
fucking
sudden.
nuts.
It was like you couldn't go to the local carnival.
You couldn't.
Yeah. If you said the wrong
It
thing
was
to a
fucked
middle
up.
schooler that knew an MS-13 member, you couldn't go to the local carnival.
Yeah, bad. Second one comes from our friend Freddie with the floater. We're gonna probably end up calling this Fact Check Freddie instead of just Fact Check Friday because Freddie's all over this.
Freddie with the floater.
Mark last week on the show had called Dark Helmet, which is a all-time favorite character of mine from Spaceballs, called him Darth Helmet, which Mel Brooks decided, well, no, it's Fact Check Friday. You need to be right.
Oh, Darth Helmet.
But yeah, no, Freddie had a good
you.
story about it. He
Fooled
didn't want to
you.
get sued. He
Fuck
didn't
you,
wanna-
Fred the
it
Floater. I've
was
seen
awesome.
Spaceballs 50 times.
It is Dark Helmet.
Fantastic movie.
Fooled
Well, you get so mad
Combing
about
the
that, but you
desert.
texted me personally to have this brought up. Everyone gave
Stop
you
DMing
shit
me.
for it.
Stop DMing me, Freddie with the floater, if you're just going to stab me in the back every week. Stop DMing me.
Mark is in a mood
Stop DMing
today.
me.
Do not bring the bullshit to Mark today.
No.
Mark can't get fact checked, but he texted me personally to bring this up on the pod that he was getting DM'd about
this is
saying
why
the
He's clearing his
ASAP.
name. He's bringing his own fact check.
This is
I don't even
why.
want to do this one anymore.
This is why I'm in a foul mood. Play it.
Oh no, you're gaming the system. You're bringing
yeah,
all
Mark.
the shit.
Yesterday, Mark was
people.
saying the ASPCA, or he was saying the ASAP, and he was getting
Yes.
ripped for it because apparently the ASPCA, obviously,
Three people DM'd me. 3 people DM'd me or on Discord today, said, how are the cats doing in the ASAP in Austin, you idiot? And I was like, it's the ASAP. I know there's the ASPCA or whatever, but it's the ASAP in Santa Barbara. And I had to,
Yeah,
like,
there's the ASAPs actually all around the country, I think. I
Wow.
feel like there's one actually by me, I thought.
thank you for clearing my name, Bubba.
Yeah.
Well, you cleared it
did a
yourself. I
good-
mean, you
did a good
brought it.
job. Yeah, you called your own number on that one. Last one was Will. Will said that
I brought this one too.
Yeah, well, they're bringing, but this one's rightfully so. This isn't you shunning the listeners. This is you taking it on the chin.
It's true. It's true. Larry,
honorable.
Larry Session, one of our faithful Canadian listeners out in Quebec. He told me, and this was my fault. I like to exaggerate naturally, and then I have bad eyes. And so I blame the bad eyes on this one. He says it's 1,500, not 15,000. I said it was 12,000. So it's probably 1,200 that those people got fined in
Canada for breaking the COVID
breaking
laws.
the curfew.
The woman that was walking the husband on the leash.
The husband on the leash. Put this back. He gave us HAGFD en français québécois. Passez une isti de bonne journée. I guess that's have a great
day. Yeah.
Passez une isti de bonne journée.
That's cool.
I failed 4 years of French in high school.
Thank you, Larry.
I don't think I said it, but someone DM'd me and said I said it. I may have said it, or Will may have said it, but we reported on the show that the parlor hack was grabbing people's driver's licenses, which turned out not to be true. But I think we said that it was reported on Twitter at the time. So
it was reported by former guest Cassie Dillon. Former guest Cassie Dillon had tweeted that out.
Not just her. It was and I heard it was for only like
verified users. So not true. But it was only for verified is what Cassie said, but I guess that's not true. Sorry. I just brought that. I just saw it. It was in the moment.
That's actually a good one to correct because that could scare the shit out of some people probably.
Well, good. So if you're a verified Parler user, which we probably have so many of
in our
listeners,
have some, I'm sure.
Then, don't worry. It's okay.
All right.
And that's it for Fact Check
You're
Friday
okay.
for me.
Yeah. Can't wait for Freddie with the Floaters DM tomorrow.
Even though, is it really okay? Because your information's everywhere already. They have your driver's license somewhere. Yeah. Like whether they hacked it.
What's on there?
I'll tell you who has my driver's license is bluechew.com because you have to upload a picture. So if anyone hacks bluechew.com's database, I'm in trouble.
Well, they won't because Blue Chew is unhackable. It's the best.
That's right.
It's the best gummy out there to get you going, rev your fucking engine. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor this week. It's been a hell of a week. We're doing these double shows on Fridays now, so the boys are a little delirious, but it's time to go. And go to patreon.com/hardfactor for the bonus Florida Man Friday full episode. We got the Hive Hour that comes out earlier in the week. Go to hardfactor.com for merch. Follow the boys on social at Hard Factor News on Twitter, Instagram, at Hard Factor Pat, at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Wes, and I'm at Hard Factor Will. But more important than any of that, have a great fucking weekend.